Hello, hello, Heart Stampers. I am here for Make It Monday, but on a Tuesday because it was game night yesterday. I could not miss it, so thank you everyone for your understanding. I'm assuming many of you were also watching the hockey game. Sad that our Oilers did not bring it home. They had many fans cheering them on, but it was a great series to watch all the same. So now I guess it's time to actually get back into stamping. So tonight I thought, well, I actually had a paper pumpkin kit I really wanted to show you and kind of make some masculine cards with it because it was my son's birthday this week, although I did end up making him a card, but it wasn't necessarily what I wanted. So I'll probably move that over to next week now though, because as I was getting ready, I was like, hey, wait a minute. It's a long weekend this weekend, which means it's Canada Day. We really need to be doing some red and white projects. So that is what I'm focusing on. Also, another fun fact, although Riley's birthday was yesterday, Kira's birthday is July 2nd. So the red and white is going to be her birthday card. So hopefully she's not watching. I know she tries to avoid Facebook, but has recently been on. So hopefully she's not watching. And if she is, well, turn it off, Kira. Don't pay attention because this is going to be your birthday card. So, what else do I need to tell you before we jump in? The bundle sale is still on till the end of this month. So if there was some dies and stamp sets that you were looking at, get them before the end of the month because they're an extra 10% off. So not only are the ones that are bundled 10% discount already in the catalog, you get an additional discount. So make sure you check that out before the end of the month. Bingo, so for those of you who are signed up for June Bingo, remember it was postponed from earlier this month, and that is this Saturday. Can't believe it's coming. That's our Attention Shoppers Bingo. And in fact, I can do a little spoiler. We'll see how much time we have because I wanted to make for you one of the little gifts that I have for everyone who signed up because, well, it's the Attention Shoppers Bingo and we had to play with that stamp set and dies. So I'm really pleased with the little gift that people who are attending that, who signed up for the June Bingo are going to get. So we will spill some beans there. Also, one last thing, Stamp Camp with Brenda. I know a lot of you guys are signed up for the Summer Stamp Camp with me and Brenda, which is happening July 13th. We've ordered all of our supplies, but I do have another stamping order going in this week. So if anyone wants to join in, it is our Choose Happy. And I don't know if you can see it. Oh, I've hit it quite good. But there's all my planning projects. I've got all kinds of ideas and things in the works. It's all fun summer stuff. So sign up if you haven't already. You can message me. I can send you the link with all the details or add you to our, it's, what's it called? We have a little shop, like a little Facebook page that's set up. I can't remember what it's called. I keep wanting to think Corner Store, but that's not the name of it. So if someone's watching and you know what the heck I'm talking about, just post it in the comments. I've been doing some stamping, and so those are all the fun images stamped out, but it's no different than what you see on the front, but there's just something to actually physically hand stamping it all. Super cute. We're going to have all kinds of fun with that. Okay. I was trying to see if I did pull a project or two to show you. The stuff I've been crafting this week, I can't really show you. Anyways, I am putting you down, and we're going to start stamping. Let's make some red and white projects. So let me flip the camera and turn you down. Although it's probably a big mess. You see all my stuff? I'll move my paper trimmer out of the way. Here is our reds and our whites. We're dwindling. We don't have as many reds. If you look at our color wheel, you'll see some of the pinks, pardon me, defined as reds, but in my opinion, Cherry Cobbler, Poppy Parade, and Real Red, those are the real reds that we have. And of course, I pulled out all the blends that coordinate. Oh, and then also our white cardstock, which I am obsessed with. I can never have too much of that. In fact, I'm mad I didn't stock up more before the prices all went up. I also pulled out some red ribbon because did you know we actually don't have any red ribbon at the moment? So I'm pulling out my retired stuff. You all know we can use other colors, especially white, and use our blends to make them red. So I might do that. I've pulled out the silver and white. I've also pulled out some twine, some natural color. So although we're playing with red and white, I feel like adding in a neutral is okay. So I've pulled out Crumb Cake. I've also pulled out Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, and Poppy Parade. So we will see what we come up with these projects. I'm excited just to randomly stamp with you guys. Hope you know that's kind of my style. I have nothing pre-planned. I might have an idea in my head, but I get to stamp it out in real life with you guys. So you guys can laugh, make fun of me. Sometimes it might be really hard because I actually am better on my own, playing, testing, doing all kinds of things. So sometimes it takes me absolute hours. It's very rare that I can like whip something up. But because I don't know what I'm doing, I've just grabbed a whole bunch of stamp sets because I might use a little bit from everything. So I'm going to play with Friends for Life. Oh, I should also mention, you guys, that now with this change, I'm streaming directly into Facebook, but because of that, I actually can't see any of your comments. I usually have my laptop here, which I can see more comments than not, but I left it in my car and I was too lazy to go out and get it. So I will respond to everyone afterwards. So thank you for watching. And if you're catching this afterwards, make sure you do hashtag replay, so I can search to see who's all kind of caught the replay that way. But if you are here, say hello. Happy Little Things is also something I pulled that I might end up using because it has all that celebrate, and I just like these little sparkles. We've got Sweetly Scripted because I absolutely love the happy birthday. We've got Beautiful Balloons. Yay, love that too. We've got Light the Sky. I'm so excited that this stuck around. You have no idea. And the dies that go with it, because yes, we're going to celebrate. And then we've also got Filled with Fun, which I might end up using because I really like kind of that confetti, but I love the banner and there's just really cute sayings in there. So we shall see what it is we end up doing. For now though, I am just going to start by making a tag. I'm not even going to use the red cardstock yet. We are just going to trim down some of our paper. So my favorite size of tag are 3 3/4 by 5.5. This is the size that I like to play with because I'm actually, you know, it's kind of big. It's not really wide. I don't know, but yet it's still a big tag, and especially depending on the gift that you might be putting it on. I'm going to trim down a few of these. So again, 3 3/4. You could always do 3.5 too. I used to do 3.5, but then I switched it just because I really liked them a lot bigger. Let's also do one maybe, no, they're not wide enough to do some stamping. Here, I'll do one 3 by 5.5. Then you can see the difference. This is kind of almost like a bookmark style. There is a big difference. Okay, I just dropped a blade. This is how I keep losing. I keep losing my score blades. I've even pulled out a couple extra, but my little hole where these go in has kind of gotten widened. And so it keeps falling out on me. Does anyone else have that problem? This thing just popping up? It just like comes out without any effort. It's just because this track is all worn. Okay. But actually it's worn on too, so I must be really hard on them. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab one of my tags. I want to convert it into a tag first. Let me grab my scissors. I actually have not unpacked yet from Creativity Now. So all my stuff is still in my little carrying kit. So in case you guys are wondering what Creativity Now is, it is an event Stampin' Up! Put on for demonstrators this past weekend where we got to pre-order some new product from the upcoming holiday catalog. We got to see some demonstrations, see some new products, see from our friends. Our stamping friend Brenda had a demo on there, which was awesome. Okay, so I don't know if you just saw what I did, but that's how I cut and made my own corners. Now, because I cut them really big, do you see how funny this is? This almost looks like a pencil top. This is how you could do fun pencils if you were making a pencil card or a teacher card. But that's too thick for me, so I want to narrow that down a little bit. Or I mean, it's too narrow. So now this is more of a tag size. So I've just made myself a cute little tag. Easy peasy. And did some trimming. So now I gotta like look at all these awesome stamps that I have. And I know because I have actually been personally requested to make something with the fireworks. But because I haven't played too much with the fireworks, I want to test it out. That's the reason why I made sure I had 2 cards here. Because I want to see where I'm going with this. So let me grab, whoops, my blocks are still in my container. Okay. They're actually spread out everywhere. I don't know what happened to my blocks. I feel like they kind of got eaten up by the craft room monster. Do you ever wonder? Some things just disappear for no rhyme or reason. Well, while I'm getting that on there, I know I'm going to want to use some of these other blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and put the fireworks on here. Just out of curiosity, does anyone else have these cute little bursts of awesomeness? Love, love, love it. I've got some more, but I have no more big blocks to put them on. Oh, what's this? I do have one beside me. And that can be for the other big one. Okay. Now, we are just going to randomly play to see how these turn out. Now, I do have the different shades of red. In fact, we're going to use all 3. So I'm going to pop open them all, and I'll show you what I mean by using all 3. I am not going to start out by using the full strength of all of my ink. And in fact, you know what? I'm even going to open my neutral. Let's get them all going. Sorry, I've got my cut and emboss machine there because I wanted to make sure I had the tabletop one so I can use it for tonight's class. Okay. But now I want to just randomly do some fireworks. And they are going to be red. Let's start with real red. Don't know why, but I'm tap, tap, tapping. Tap, tap, tap. And then I am actually going to stamp off. Sorry, I just got to find a piece of paper, scrap paper. I'm stamping off once. Look at that. That actually looks like a dandelion to me. And I feel like that's why this is in here, so that you have a dandelion stem. So it's more than just fireworks, just saying. But anyways, up here, I'm going to stamp the 2nd strength, so it's not quite as red, but I'm also going to stamp off the 3rd strength, so it's like this. Then I'm going to go ahead and take the next one, and this is the Poppy Parade. I'm going to leave it as full strength, and I'm just going to stamp right in the center of that. So it's just putting some little pop. Now I'm going to stamp this other one, but I'm not going to perfectly center it. I'm going to just put it a little bit off. And now I have this one, which is the Cherry Cobbler one. But again, I'm going to stamp off once, twice. And I want to just do some random ones. So 3, 4. I just got a whole bunch going on there. I'm going to clean my stamps. Whew. But now, what else are we going to need? I should have stamped off on here, and then we could have made that one as a tag. So I think that's all for that. But now I want a happy birthday, and I really wanted to use this script one. So we're going to use that happy birthday script, of which I'm going to pull out my longer block for. Like this, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to stick with the real red. Tap, tap, tap. Now I'm not worrying about getting the whole thing covered because I'm only going across the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just stamp happy birthday along the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead and I'm getting all of my stamping done right away. I'm also not worried about stamping on my surface. I'm just going to wipe it off and I'll clean it with my my alcohol wipes. I should have some scrap paper underneath, but I don't know. It sometimes bugs me. So yay, so I got red and white happy birthday. And what else do we have? Oh, you know what? She is turning 19. Do we have any small birthday numbers? I don't know if we have any small numbers. We do in the die cuts. But my stamps, was there any numbers recently that came out, any of the Paper Pumpkin stamp sets? I have my old one. Just wait, let me look. But I think they're all really, really big. Do you guys remember this pop-in birthday? It was from 2019. I just absolutely love the birthdays, but no, it's all big. I need little numbers. Little itty bitty. Okay. I'm going to have to like think about that one here for a minute. Let's keep going. We've got our pieces in the sky. I'm pulling out the dies. We're going to use those. Oh, I've got beautiful celebrations. So I actually want the little tiny sparkles that are in here. Do you see those? That is what I want. Here they are. And I just need to find a little thing. Now, because again, remember, I'm sticking to the red and white. I'm actually going to go back to the real red. And I'm going to keep it full strength. I'm just going to randomly stamp on, stamp off, and putting little pressure. But look at, there is so much fireworks happening. Isn't that crazy? I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, what I want to do is I think I have enough of the red. I'm not going to focus on any more red. We're going to close that. Now, of course, I'm just making a tag, but you can convert this to a card front and make a fun card for it. I have the neutral. I want to add a little bit of neutral because I feel like I just need another color in there. And so I've grabbed from the fireworks just this little kind of splatter. I'm inking up full, but I'm not putting full pressure down when I tap this. I'm just lightly tapping. Don't know if you can see, it still put it there, but I'm just lightly adding this in. Not re-inking, but I just added some other little shades to it. So super cute. Love it. Love it, love it. Now I am going to find a piece of scrap real red, and I have a little piece right here. In fact, you could make this tag. See how I said you can just make it a card front? You can just make it a card front like that with the red on the back. Doesn't that look stunning? I think it does, but that's not what we're doing. We are doing this, but I needed this scrap because I want to punch out a circle. I am punching out a 1-inch circle. You can use a die cut, but let me just test it out. This is a 3 3/4 inch. Oh, but I don't like it. It's not wide enough. So let me see. I have, this is the Sweetly, I think it's called Sweetly Stitched, the dies. Yeah, that size is going to be a lot better. So let's pull out the cut and emboss machine now. Now it's time to like make something happen. Okay. Except now the problem is I've got my little numbers of my plates. I don't have embossing plates. I don't have embossing folders, so I don't have to worry about those other plates. I just need my cutting plates. But that scrap I had, it is too big to go through my mini machine, my mini boss. But that's okay. We're going to do that and that. And you know what? What if I change my mind and I want something red that's part of the fireworks. So let's see what this brings. Let's see. We're going to throw a firework on there. Sometimes I do that just because I don't want to I don't want to die cut twice. Save time. Cut once. I know it doesn't apply normally to this scenario, but hey, the more I can cut out, the better, because even if I have an extra piece for a different project, it's something that's pre-cut. Okay, so there's my piece right there. This other one, what I loved, it doesn't cut out the whole thing. It just cuts the shape into the paper. Is that not cool? I don't think I've ever used this die with you guys. I don't think I even shared it with you last year when it came out. Like, it's so awesome with all the different sparks, all the different pieces. I'm trying to like help them come out. Anyways, all that to say, here we have this, and I am gonna fold this, or score this in half, I should say. I could do this two ways. If you have the score blade on here, you could just use that, line this up to kind of center and give it a score, or still line up to center and you can use your bone folder just to, you know, just to kind of run it through like that. Either or works. If you don't have one of these score blades, or it keeps falling out and flying around your craft room and it gets lost like mine, sometimes you just need to rely on that trusty little bone folder. So now I've scored that circle in half, and now I'm just putting adhesive on both sides because that's now going to become my super cute center for my tag. Like so. And it just adds a little extra color. Now I can go ahead and hole punch. I can go ahead and hole punch that, which I'm going to use, no, I was going to use the big hole, but I'm not. I'm going to go back to the mini hole, or the smaller hole in my Crop-A-Dile. There, I've got my hole. Oh shoot, I forgot a step. Okay, because this is mine, I'm not too worried that I've already put this on, but I wanted to run this through the cut and emboss machine beforehand, but let me see, will this fit? This will fit through my cut and emboss machine, you guys. I cut it small enough. It's the maximum width. That 3.5, it'll go through. So anyways, you know how I just showed you how that kind of cut out? Well, that's what these dies do. So they just put little imprints into the paper. They don't physically cut out the shape. This is the only one that does. So what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going just to randomly add these shapes on my plate. Here's some fun sparkles too that I'm going to just randomly add. Now I'm going to have to come back and add that great big one afterwards, or I'm going to have to actually use, I'm going to use the large cut and emboss machine. I'll do that on the side after I show you this one. So let me just put that on, make sure it's all covered good. Give it a crank. Here we go. So, move these out of the way. But now I cut that here. You can see at the back, you can see how it cut through, right? And so it just gives some extra texture on the front. Now, I could go through and punch all these out, but maybe I just want them to fall out naturally. But it just gives that extra look of burrs that maybe didn't exist before. Now, this big one, I want to try and do the same so that it goes off the side. And that's where it's not going to work. Look, I might have to tuck it under there. And that's why it wasn't going to work in that mini cut and emboss machine. I need the big one so that it can go off the side. So let me just quickly give this a run through here, and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay. I love the shabby look. You all know. Oh, okay, this looks disgusting. That was too thick and big. Now I got to do it all over again, you guys. That was too disgusting. Okay, that's too bad. That is really too bad. And, oh no, there's the other one. I was like, I thought I lost that. Oh. Okay. We're tossing that one. back to the drawing board. Good thing I have all my ink out. Do you guys ever do that where you get through the whole entire project and then something just crashes and it ruins everything? Yeah, guess I should have tested that out. But you guys, this is why you're watching me, so that I can make these little hiccups and mistakes and you don't. So if you have this set, you know you're not going to be doing that. Do not use the big one on this unless that's totally the look you're looking for, but I was not. I did want the big stamp. I do still appreciate having had stamped that one off first. So I'm just going to randomly stamp, stamp, and you know what? I'm just going to do some little ones at the top there. We are going to stamp in Full Strength Poppy Parade because I do want some of that. But again, I'm not, well, you know what? Let's stamp right on it. It kind of look cool. Like that. Then we are going to stamp some little ones in the cherry cobbler. But again, I'm not doing it in the dark, dark, dark. I'm stamping off first. And then I'm just going to lightly bounce and tap so that it's not too much. Then I'm going to go back in with that neutral one. Look at, you get to do this twice. So again, lightly tap. I'm just kind of filling in all the gaps where I might see some. And then I had sparkles that I wanted to use. What did I do with my little sparkles? Here they are. The question is, do I want to do them red sparkles? I think I want to do them crumb cake sparkles. So we're going to change that up this time. We are actually going to make those crumb cake. So let me get rid of the reds. I don't even need the blends, I don't think, for this particular project. Okay. So we're just gonna stamp, stamp, and then tap. There's just all kinds of fireworks exploding. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are gonna bring back, if I dare, we're gonna do this before I mount that other circle on. But we're only gonna do this one. And we're going to do that again in the white, although I should pick out all those little pieces just to make sure that it gets cut through. Now my picky tool is probably in my travel kit, so let's just poke these out with scissors. Okay. Now, what else, like what other things would you see fireworks at? I think of this fireworks set for New Year's and for Canada Day, because we're in Canada. What about you? What do you guys foresee? And you know what, I'm gonna, no, I don't want to go off the page just in case it kind of wrecks it, but we're gonna go like that. We're gonna add some more sparkle up here. There's even this shooting star burst, but I don't really know where to put it. And then we had this little burst, which I'll put up here. So there'll be kind of like three things. Although I know I've seen the fireworks at the rodeo. Has anyone gone to a rodeo yet this year? Or perhaps they're getting ready to go to the Ponoka rodeo. Okay, so hopefully this goes through nicely. Okay, we pulled it out. Got this, not this. Now we're pulling off all those pieces again. Now that little one did make it a little thick, and so if I was going to use that, I should have used it in the center, but it's okay. It's not as bad as that other one was. It still was bad. This one's nicer because it has the little stitching, and all of these kind of stay in. But it works. It works. I'm not too upset. I do just need to cut out another red tab. fact, I may as well just cut 2 of them out. Okay, and you saw that other way, now this way, and again, you're scoring from the top of it. I'm just guesstimating what center is, doing my little scory-badooby thing, giving it a fold. If you don't quite get it on center, that's not a big deal. No one's really going to see the back. Then you just want to try and center it on here. Oh, you know what else would be really nice too before I actually mount that? Is taking my Wink of Stella, right? Giving it a good shake. Squishing so that some of that juice comes to the front and give it some splatter. We want this to sparkle and shine. I wish I had a stamp set that said that. But anyways, here's some extra sparkle. It's kind of hard for you to see. I'm feeling it getting splashed on my hand, so I know it's working. And then here it is. We are just putting this on like so. Yay. Okay, center the best I can. It's not perfect because I'm not perfect. That's why everything's shabby. Turn it around, give it a little boop. And then now we're just going to load this with joy and happiness. You know what? This has got some sparkle in it. Who doesn't like bling? This isn't very shabby. This is more sparkly. So let's do that. I want to leave it white. We could add some red, although you know what we could do, but that'll wreck it. I was going to say we can try and color just the silver and make that red, but I know I'll mess up and I'll get this part all red and then it'll have defeated the purpose. So that's okay. We are going to do it this way. I'm actually going to tie a knot. I'm going to tie a bow just as if I was tying a normal bow, like I was tying my shoes, because I love this ribbon. It is just so pliable because it's thin, and it's got the pretty glitter on the outside. There's a new one just like this, and it's iridescent. It's just been sold out and I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet. That would actually probably be ideal. But anyway, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful ribbon, hey? I'll probably just trim this to be more of the same size of this size. And then, of course, we need to add some bling. And no sense getting all carried away. We can just use our normal classic rhinestone. I'm sure you guys have all kinds of colors, and if you don't, you can turn your colors into any color. I must have some red ones in here from years past, but like I said, you can color your own if you want some red. And I'm just going to use my scissors to put some on. So, of course, I always want one big one, at least one big one. And I want to bring it down so that your eye comes to this happy birthday here. And there's so much happening up here that we're kind of forgetting what's here. So I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put a little itty bitty tiny one here. Whoops. Maybe it'll be here. And then, because I don't know if you know, there's 3 different sizes. So I always do the smallest and the biggest together. And then I'll put one of these ones. I can put it right in the center there because that one I kind of did nice. And it's kind of like all there. But isn't that just like a flash of fireworks? It's a celebration. And in fact, I think I saw that word celebrate somewhere. Just wait, let me take a look. These ones are really, really big. Let's get our celebration on. Oh, look at this. You are incredible. That's actually a really good saying for birthday. Those words are too big. Sorry, I'm just really picky at what I'm looking for. On here, it says, congratulations on your big day, but it's in a handwriting font, and that's in a handwriting font. So I don't want to use it. I'm kind of picky that way. Maybe we'll just use yay. I just feel like I need extra little words in there, so that yay, yay, that will work for what I want to do. Because, you know what, I just like to fill in all the spaces, and this is going to allow me to bring in the dark red some more. So let me pull in the Real Red. Real Red. Whoops. Look at this messy stamper, hey? Stuff everywhere. I do want to make sure all these little pieces are out of the way, though. We don't want an oops stamp in with those underneath. Tap, tap, tap. And I'm just going to fill in where those white spaces are. Yay. Yay. And I'm going to do one more down here. Yay. There. I feel like now I've finished this off and I would be content to put this on a birthday package. Love it, love it, love it. And I am super content. So now you can take this, like I said, turn it into card front, and then you've got something red and white. So let me put this aside. I feel like we still need to try to make a card. I'll do it a little bit different. We'll actually use the colored paper this time. Okay, so let's grab, you know what? Let's stick with the Real Red. And I'm going to cut this into your basic cardstock, but there goes my darn scoring blade again. And the thing is I have to find it right away. Otherwise, one, I might trip on it because I've slipped on them before. And if it's not like on the floor, my cat will eventually find it. And I'll trip on it in a later date. So I am just scoring this in half. I'm going to make, yeah, it goes flying. I don't know why I even bother. I even purchased myself a new trimmer, hoping to solve that problem. And of course, I'm probably using one of my old ones. Okay. So here we go. We've got our card base. But because this is so dark, I'm definitely going to want to put something on the inside. So here's a piece, that card front material. Almost, not quite. Let me trim that down to 5 inches. There we go. But I'm not going to mount it in there yet because I'm probably going to want to stamp some fireworks. But let's do Celebrate. You know what? I haven't played with this set a whole lot yet. And I'm wanting to use, these big ones because I have not done that yet. Whoops, forgot to put away the happy birthday one. Let's do that. Ooh, you know what? Now that I cleaned it, let's put that on the inside because we're still making a birthday card. Because not only is it my dear daughter's birthday coming up right after Canada Day. In fact, I was in labor during the fireworks. But it's my dear friend Bev's birthday the day after. So, is any of you celebrating a birthday in July? There may be some of you too who are celebrating. Okay, so we got that one done. Put that away. There we go. Okay. Oh, what did I want that? I wanted it because I took out the Celebrate. It's just camouflaged in with my mat. Now, because these are silicone or photopolymer, they are really soft and flexible. So you just want to kind of be careful and let it fall naturally so that it doesn't get all curved. Oh, see, like that, I moved it and it ended up bending. So just make sure you kind of put it back and let it just fall how it will. There, that one I had to tuck in, but it still looks straight. It's not straight to the block, but it's straight on here, so I know I can work with that. So I am wanting to do Celebrate on the front of this card. I'm not going to do Celebrate You. I'm just going to do Celebrate, and I'm going to put it just in the bottom corner here. I still ended up putting on crooked. I don't know if you can see that. But you can do this with any card. Although I'm using red cardstock, you can do this with your favorite cardstock, right? Especially if you bought this awesome bundle, the Happy Little Things, because it's so stinking cute. So Celebrate. And then you have all these little words, the little things, happiness, comfort and strength, but I want to celebrate birthday. Oh, but this is where I can use this. Congratulations on your big day, because the big day could be their birthday, right? And because it's different font, this is a printed font. This is kind of a handwritten font. Now it is okay. Oh, except I got a piece of, I have a piece of ribbon. I don't know where that came from. That got in the way, so we don't want that little hairline. So let's tap, tap, tap that all again. And I'm just gonna stamp this underneath. So although this is all dark, like it's chromatic red, it's just enough to kind of be settled that you can see it. And if we don't like it when we're done, then we can just add a white piece over top and go for it. But now I'm gonna bring back the fireworks. But this is where I wanted to bring in that big firework. This one right here. Now it's gonna cut into my words a little bit. But now I'm second guessing because I should have done this first and did it afterwards. Boo, boo, boo. Or maybe I'm going to have to stamp and cut them out. Okay, I think I just answered my own question. We are going to stamp, we're going to use the stamps, and then we're going to cut it out, and you'll see how amazing it is. But before I do that, I do want to still put some of these little sparkles and that through so it gets that look. But again, I have to do that using my big plate or my big cut and emboss machine, so you guys aren't seeing it because it's on my little carrier over here. So you just got to kind of think through how this is all actually going to turn out. See, don't you just love those sparkles? I love all of that. I just love it. Okay, those are going back on there. I really want to use this, so we're gonna stamp. We are gonna stamp. I just need some white cardstock. I'm just gonna cut it in half, like so. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna cut this out first. This is that big, whoops, dye's flying everywhere. Okay, so here is what it looks like in the background. Boom, boom, boom. Just some amazing fireworks. But now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the Real Red. I'm actually gonna stamp full strength, and I'm just gonna center that like so. And then I'm gonna take some Poppy Parade, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Stamp, I'm just lining up the center so that, nah, you can't really tell. Doesn't look like a whole lot. It's okay. We're just gonna stamp, stamp, and then I'm gonna go back to the smaller one where we added some cherry cobbler. You'll see what I'm doing. This is just more of a test, you guys, because I got to experiment to see if this is going to actually work. So there's my dark cherry cobbler, which I don't really want as part of this. I'm just stamping around that. And then, remember there was that other die to completely cut out a firework? I want to see what that looks like. Cut it out with the extra texture on here. So let me see. There. Let me see what this looks like. Again, let me test it so that you don't have to make those oops. Except it's stuck on the way through. Okay. Okay, here. So it did kind of cut it out, but you know what? I don't like the looks of this at all. This looks like a dandelion. So if you want to make a dandelion, this is how you would do it. Except you'd probably use yellow instead of red, right? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so all of that to say, let's go back to our paper and let's go back to our cutout. I'm actually going to stamp in Real Red. Which one's Real Red? Gotta get this little piece off of there. We're gonna stamp in Real Red. Again, we're just gonna cut off. It doesn't have the punch out, so you're gonna, this is still gonna look like a dandelion. I don't know why I'm using this particular firework. It does not look like a firework. And Kim's probably telling me what to stamp to make it look like a real firework because she knows what will make me happy. Except I can't see the comments. Okay. This is a little better. And then you can add some of these. Now I can stamp as well some of the other ones, like for instance in Cherry Cobbler, and we'll just manually cut them out. Actually, I think I'm going to stick to the Real Red. We're going to cut that one out. And you know what? Here's another one. We'll do that in Real Red because really, what does that look like over top of it? Does that look like fireworks or does that just look like more flowers? Oh, okay. Let's get some scissors because there's no dies to cut out these, sadly. But you can just randomly, with your scissors, punch around them. Anyways, I totally encourage you guys. There's still quite a few days left until Canada Day. If you have this bundle, play with it, pull it out, stamp it, feel how all those stamp pieces are. I really should have sat down and practiced with this first. Really wishing I had. In fact, once I'm done, I might do that. Sit down and just stamp myself a little sheet just to see how they actually all play nicely together. See, it doesn't have to be perfect because they're just all, but it's another firework, right? To kind of go over this. But now this doesn't really stand out the same because now that I have this in white, my Celebrate here is just like very subtle. It's not, your eyes all go here, which is all fine. I know what I need to do to fix that. So let me, I just need one more firework and we're going to do that Cherry Cobbler because I have it stamped already. And I'm sure you have some gems that can go in the centers. You can fancy it all up. You can layer them some more. Okay. And just boom, boom, boom. Because they are set to kind of see those centers are kind of like, these are all up in the air. They're good to go, right? That looks nice. But like I said, I have this that is subtle, but we can keep it subtle because in here there's also this beautiful font. Beautiful font. It's just your average Times New Roman font, but it's in large cap. It's nice and bold. I guess that's the word I should have said. I think that'll make for a great word. And I'm mounting that just to my G letter block, and I'm gonna find Real Red. Tap, tap, tap. Oh, this is where it would go perfect inside the little die that goes with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, just a sec. I need the Little Things die. Who would have thought that it works perfectly with this set? This is so great. So great only because I haven't got to use it a whole lot. Because every stamp set I go to use, with those dies, it actually doesn't fit. The words don't usually fit in it. But obviously I haven't pulled out this one. Okay, and we're just gonna stamp. Sorry, I have to be able to really get my head over it. Stamp, hold. Let's celebrate. See, and now that can go over here like that. And so now this is meant and intended to be silent, not to be the focal attention. Our focal attention is now here. So see, you can fix anything on the go. So there's your lesson for today. Make a focal point. My focal point should have been first, not last, but the idea was I really wanted to use those dies on the base of the card. So I think that worked absolutely fabulous. I'm really, really happy with this birthday card now because it was kind of bugging me. So I need to put a dimensional. Let's like mount this so I can actually hold the card up and we can put the inside in. I need some minis is what I'm looking for. I only want one mini and you'll see why in a sec. I'm not going to move those. I'm going to use my seal because I really liked how they were positioned. So I'm just going to leave that one there like so. I'm going to mount this one over top. Oops. Like so. Dun, dun, dun. And then I'm going to pop this one up on a dimensional. Uh-oh. I just realized there's something I did wrong, and I'll show you in a sec. So because I'm popping this up on a dimensional, this is going to be like so. I'll put it up just a little bit more. I've got this on a dimensional, but because I have this on a dimensional, this is going to be a little too low. One, because the minis are a little lower anyways than your standard one, but also because I've already popped that one up, I need to make sure that this reaches the same level because I want this popped up. So in order to do that, I'm just going to cover that there like so. That's going to go over here. And I have some, I got some glue on there accidentally. Thank goodness. Do you guys remember our good old adhesive erasers? Thank goodness for those. Okay. Look how awesome that is. Did that not turn out great? I think it did. I'm very, very happy. But now remember, I had this too. So let's celebrate. It's someone's birthday. I kind of still wanted to stamp a firework, but I'm not loving the fireworks, you guys. So I don't want to use that big one. So instead, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, am I going to stamp one? I just can't. No, I'm going to leave it as is. I don't want to mess it up. You know what? Not everything needs to... I'll put fireworks on the envelope when I give the card. How about that? But at least it has a nice little birthday. Let's celebrate. We know what it is we're celebrating because it's got a happy birthday on the inside. Okay, now this is interesting. So because I had done that, this does kind of show a little bit through. So if that bugs you, you can just put another piece of cardstock over top of it. It doesn't really bug me. It just kind of adds to the flavor. Now, if you also wanted to add some bling, let's do that. But this time, let's actually make them red since this is all like red and white, this card. Where was this for my monochromatic challenge last week? I did a different type of card, but I'm just going to go ahead. I am using the dark real red and I'm coloring one of each size. I want a big, a medium, and a super small. So I'm only covering those. You might have your own, you probably have your own red, your own red gems. I don't, so I'm making my own. So I'm putting the big one there with an itty bitty one there, moving into the fireworks because that's where I want their eyes to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and just mount one actually over here amongst those other little glitters. So now we've got our red Celebrate card. Super cute, hey? So there's just some ideas of what you can use. that fireworks card for, but also integrate some other little words that come as part of those stamp sets. There's not small enough words for me to use. Sorry, as I'm just kind of looking for more of those little splatters. Remember I said I had, I don't know what I did with them. Anyways, I was just looking for the little sparkles. Here they are. Maybe that's what I'll put on the inside of this card and hope that I don't wreck the card. We have happy birthday in there. And you know what? We're going to just add a little bit of sparkle. Is that sparkle? Well, hopefully. Da, 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 da. There. So it just added a little bit more. I know my friend will appreciate it, the added glitter. Some people like it more simpler. Anyways, there you go. I will take pictures. I will post them. If I make some other red and white projects, which I might, I will post them in the Heart Stampers group for you all to see. If you have ideas of things you want me to make for next week, let me know. I am playing with the Best There Is Paper Pumpkin kit, because if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can actually still get some of these kits in the store for the refill kits. And I really wanted to do a masculine collection. I'm sad because I opened this up after Father's Day and this had a really nice Father's Day stamp in it. So mad. But oh well, that's what I get for not opening my mail in a timely manner. So that's all, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight and delaying it to yet Tuesday. And we will stamp with you again next week. In the meantime, happy stamping, and I hope you find time in your craft room. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.